YouTube channel. For all who subscribed this week, I love you guys. Thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you for commenting, liking, all those things, and I'm so grateful. For those who don't know me, my name is JOAN.K, a new name, as I've already said. And today I was trying out something African, but it is what it is, yeah. Yeah, I tried to do a head soap, but it is what it is, yeah. But the weather today is beautiful. It is sunny. I am loving it. My energies are high, so I said, why not record? Why not entertain the people on video? Okay, so yeah, as I've said, my name is Joan, and I'm very happy to be here. So just sit and relax and let this be your home. So today, in the previous video, I talked about people like sending in their questions, and yeah, I got some questions and I answered most of them. But today I said, you know what, I'm going to start focusing on particular topics still about what you want to know, because it's I just got some few topics from the major questions that were asked, and they're the ones I'm trying to reply, yeah. So today I am going to address the issue, or like talk about my experience in Europe but under racism. I know that is a big topic, but one thing I love, one thing I like is that I love storytelling. So I'll be talking about different things and giving you some stories. So yeah, and so here we begin. Once upon a time, Joan gets a visa to Poland in Europe, and it was a beautiful moment. I was so excited. So obviously you hear those stories of, oh my God, watch out for the racism, what and what, but you're like, sure, I'm African, I'll manage those people, you know. And Poland is not one of the countries that you actually hear people talk about, like, oh, I'm going to Poland. No, like, it is quite unheard of. Like, you'll hear few people talk about going there. So I knew, I was not surprised, like when I landed and noticed. The good thing is that I'd gone with a friend, so we went as friends, and landing, literally like on the whole plane, we were the only Africans. Yeah, because our journey was from Entebbe airport, then we took Qatar Airways, so it took us to Doha, and then from there we took another plane to Warsaw. Yes, so it was like on our way from Qatar to Poland, we were the only Africans on the plane, and now it's the reality started like kicking in. So we reached at the airport, and you know, most people don't know how. The few you'll find, like, people who are learning how to speak English are the young ones. So but one thing I would say is that most of them are picking up. Yeah, it's no longer that. Most people are saying it's no longer ancient like they used to be, tied to their ways. They don't want to change. Now things are changing at a fast pace because foreigners are now coming in. But on reaching there, we reached the airport and people are looking at us, kids are looking at us. So good enough is that we didn't know what actually to even do, because the money we had was in euros and these people use Polish zloty. So we were so confused on what to do, but thankfully enough, we met some guy whom we asked, and he knew English. He was like, no, you have to take a bus or a taxi, but you need coins. These coins, 110 zloty, and that is like 115,000 of Ugandan shillings per month, and that is only for the zone that you're in. Yeah, it's only for the zone that you're in. And if you decide to buy like one that is open to like two zones in one city, it would be like 180, which is around like 190,000 Ugandan shillings. Yeah, so remember, we come in, we do not know anything. So we just look at the buses, malo. You look at the tram, tree on electricity, you're like, banake. Everything is just electrolyzed, everything, is moving. So my first experience is that we get onto the bus, not knowing we have to buy a ticket. Because the guy we found at the airport told us, I've bought for you a ticket. If anyone asks, you show it to them. But I think we didn't really put it at mind. Yeah. So our third day, we wanted to go and buy cards, like SIM cards for our phones to communicate back home, like to tell our parents we've arrived safely, we are fine. So we take a bus, and most of the mall at that place was a bit distant, and we didn't know where. So we're trying to use Google Maps and what. So we had to take a bus. So we get onto the bus, and just when we get on, the guys come in. The patrol comes in, and they tell us, excuse me, where are your tickets? And we were like, what tickets? They're like, before you get onto a bus, you're supposed to you're supposed to do what? You're supposed to have a ticket. And they're like, how much is a ticket? So we get out our passes to pay them, like, you innocently. They're like, no, you're supposed to buy it before. So once we catch you, you can't buy it anymore. I'm like, okay. And what are we supposed to do? They're like, no, you're supposed to be paying a fine because per ticket, 20 minutes, because their tickets are in 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, and 90 minutes. For like 20 minutes, it is literally around 20 minutes is 4 zloty, which is like 4,000 for 20 minutes. 4,000 or 5,000 Ugandan shillings, yeah? So for the 20 minutes, so you travel anywhere for 20 minutes as long as you're in the same city. So, and the fine they're giving us is 110, like 120,000 Ugandan shillings. And we are like, but we didn't know, we are new. Even if you see our passports, we came in yesterday but one, so we didn't know. Ignorance is no defense. So we are like, fine. They wrote us our tickets, and we are like, we shall have to pay nothing. Like, that is how we learned that we need tickets on the bus. So that is done. We get out, and we get to know that, okay, when you don't have a ticket, you're fined. So on that same day, we reach where we are going to the mall. We buy tickets. They show us where to buy the tickets. We get onto the bus. Unfortunately, we find the same people. But this time, they were like on the other, the buses are divided in sectors. Like how a train has different wagons. So the bus is very long, and it has like sectors. So they were at the front, yeah? But we could see what they were doing. They get this guy. He doesn't have a ticket. He doesn't have a monthly card. And then he talks to them, and they let him go. So the friend I was with was like, hell no, these people are so racist. We explained to them we have just come, and they couldn't let us, go. But just because it's someone of their country, they've let them go. So they moved to another person, another lady, and then they asked her what and what. She told them, but she had a card for a month, but unfortunately it just expired. I think it expired the day before, and she did not notice, yeah? So they also tell her, we are giving you last warning, what and what, or else you'll be When they walked toward us, we were all seated looking at them like, seriously? So one of the guys smiles and then looks away, and then he presses the button for the bus to stop, and they move out. And then I was like, isn't this the beginning of racism? Okay, that, like, there were some pointers that would really, like, you would feel left out, yeah? Then, like, there's so many things that would point out to how you'd feel. Like, sometimes you'd walk into a supermarket, and then I remember there's this time, like the first job that we got. So it was in another town. So we go to this town, and getting there, do you know, literally, like, we are walking on street, and people are waking up their kids. Wake up, wake up, wake up, and see these people, wake up, wake up. You know, kids who are in cars sleeping were all in the windows, like people were as if they're seeing something really new. Then we enter into a supermarket, and everyone just gave us way. Do you know, like, giving us way? And everyone was looking at us. Some were seeing the type of food that we are buying. Oh, they also eat meat. Oh, they also eat, you know, they were looking at everything that we're buying. And then the cashiers were like, oh, nice, you also know this, you also know this. And you're like, okay. And then one little girl, I loved her. I didn't really get to know her, but because I left that town just after 1 month, but that little girl ran to me and she touched my skin. She was like, and I'm like, what's wrong? I'm like, yeah, I have this skin. And by then I had not learned Polish. I didn't know how to speak Polish, but I just told them, like, yeah, brown and you are white. Then she was like, dobra. By then I didn't understand what it meant, but then she just left. And dobra means very good, you know, like, she was like, pauzo topsha, dobra. And she was like so amused, you know, like touching my skin. But that was a nice gesture, yeah, because I know she's a kid, probably she had never seen any African, and it was beautiful. That was good, yeah. And the parents let her touch us, you know. And just when we were getting used to all those things, COVID came in. It is like Africans were the ones who are, like, we were the ones who were breathing in, feeding in COVID. Like, a mere sight of an African just meant COVID. You know, like, it would add that fear, you know, like that fear was there, you know. So I had so many experiences. During that time, I was working with Oriflame Cosmetics, and we were in the company, but a lot was happening, and it was so amazing. So, like, we had experiences whereby at first, but I think it's because they were not also used to us. But it is different. That is one thing, Chinuma. In fact, I will speak some Luganda. You know, when those Bazungu come to our country in Africa, when the whites come, yeah, we are all like, Muzungu, Muzungu, you know, like, you're all excited to see them. You're all like, buy what? And then here, it is like they're seeing something strange, someone who's inhuman, or, you know, that thing hurt me to an extent that I had felt it in my spirit. I'm like, you know what? If I ever go back to Africa and see a white, I will not be excited about them again. But I got to learn that it's not all of them. It's just the naive few people, not all of them, because right now I have so many people who are dear to me. Mami Eva, Mami Anna, Pastor Scott, the wife. So very many people that I got so close to that are really a darling, yeah. So I got to know, like, it's not all whites who are like that, yeah. But still, so those moments would really like come in. So we go to work and everyone doesn't want to work with you. No one wants to get close to you. Like, and then we would have those moments. And then the times we would be at work and then someone comes next to you directly just to ask you questions. And what questions, my dear? Eh? In Africa, do you sleep on trees? And are you like, really? Then another one asked me, in Africa, do you live with animals? They told me that you live with chimpanzees, elephants around you, you live with everything. I'm like, but those things are found in the zoo. Who would be living with a lion? Really? And then others would be like, Joan, do you have washing machines or do you have like an ironing box in Africa? So you'd get like some are really primitive and some would ask just, like to put you down. There are those that would do it intentionally, but some were just naive, like they didn't know what they were saying. And then came a moment, I was talking about the moment of COVID, whereby everyone, that was hard. It was hard because like everyone thinks that you're the one who is infected, you're the one who's sick or something like that. So there are moments like one day we wake up and there's COVID and we were allowed to work for some time, so we were going to work. And I was told that long time ago in Poland, they used to say that the devil is black. So they used to associate the devil with Africans. So all those old people, like who are really old, would always believe like once you see someone black, that is the devil. So we wake up early in the morning, we're going to work. So we meet some old woman. Do you know like how in Africa, like in Africa we have something like something like that depicts how your day will go. So I think that's how they are. So this old woman sees us from afar, and then she's like, blood of Jesus. She starts like spitting everywhere. She starts doing, these things, and we're like, what's going on? So we try to get close. Mama, the lady turned and started running. Can you picture an old woman running? The lady ran for her life, like real running for her life. And then another time, we are walking. I was with some friend of mine called Drusilla, and we were from work. So, whenever like you'd be coming from an opposite direction, you're an African, and there's like a Polish person coming, mainly it was with old ladies, yeah? And then she saw us, she was like, ooh, she put her mask up. She put her hat, it was in winter, up to here. Like she even touched her nose. Do you know what Drusilla did? My friend is crazy. She just took off her mask. She was like, Joan, I'm done with these people. Enough is enough. Took off her mask and then she was like, and oh my God, the old woman ran. She almost wanted to run into the road. And I've never forgotten that time. She's just like, it's really one that you look at and you're like, yeah.